Hey cruisers, welcome back to our 6th annual Vlogtoberfest. We are going back to our roots at Cruise Tips TV this Vlogtober, and we are going to be doing Q&A sessions every single week for you. So if you have a question about cruising, you are welcome to leave it down in the comments of this video, and we will try to get to it as soon as we possibly can. Today, we've gathered some questions from our first video where we kind of did a call to action to people, and we're going to get started with Beachy Mama's question. Beachy Mama says, what is your favorite excursion you've ever done at any port? Well, Beachy Mama, that's a hard one. I asked the whole family because this was like, ooh, I can't pick just one. And so we're gonna give you some of our top favorites from the whole family. Junior has a couple. He said one of his favorite things to do is the water park at Perfect Day at Coco Key. It's a Royal Caribbean's private island. And his second favorite excursion, really, he said it was kind of his most favorite, which is very interesting, is he liked it when we were in Taiwan on our Princess Cruise, and we went to some hot springs. Now, these hot springs were part of a resort, and we kind of just hopped from hot spring to hot spring or hot tub to hot tub. We all had to wear shower caps. It was a really funny day, but he had great memories of that day, so that was one of his favorites. I asked Mr. Cruise Tips TV what his favorite was, and he said that there's so many, but he has to say that the Blue Hole, the cool Blue Hole in Jamaica, is probably one of his all-time favorite cruise days. Now mine, oh, I have so many, but one of my best memories on a cruise of an excursion was actually a build your own excursion, and that was going when we went to Tortola. We took the ferry over to Virgin Gorda and went to the baths. The story behind that is that we actually had an excursion and we missed it because our Holland America cruise ship got delayed. We were late arriving into port. We had booked an independent excursion. They did not wait for us. So we asked the port shopping guide, what should we do? We're heartbroken. We can't go to the baths at Virgin Gorda. And she said, oh, yes, you can. Yes, you can. Just get on the ferry and DIY it. And we DIY'd it. Lesson here, ask the port shopping guide and the crew and the shore excursion folks if you get into a pinch. And that is exactly what we did. So those are some of our favorites, Beachy Mama. Joe Dougherty said, we cruised March 4th to the Panama Canal. We have a balcony, but my question is, will the view be better going high up on the Lido deck to watch the Panama Canal? Well, Joe, that is a great question. It depends on what time of the day it is. Being on your balcony is great as you're passing through the canal itself because the canal will be close to you on either side, and it's kind of neat to see it. Times when it might be good to go up onto a higher deck would be in the morning when you're first entering the canal and you can see it ahead of you and you're seeing the locks change levels in the beginning. Good time to go and look in front of you. At the end of the day, getting to the last lock and looking aft on the ship is what a lot of people do. So early in the day, up high, front of the ship. End of the experience, when you're actually leaving the locks, look aft at all of the locks behind you and snap those photos then. Otherwise, during the middle of the process, your balcony is wonderful. Now, if you're entering the canal in the early morning hours or in the middle of the night and you can't see anything, it doesn't really matter because you can't see anything. And that does happen sometimes. Bear Bull Cruising. First Vlogtoberfest says, is the onboard cruise still wearing masks or has that changed or will it change in the near future? Oh, Bear Bull Cruising, we are right in the middle of change right now. As of right now, it is half and half. Some cruise lines like Norwegian and Royal Caribbean have eliminated masks for their crew. Other corporations like Carnival, Princess, they've still got crew fully masked. It's changing by the minute, it's changing by the day, and if there is an incident or an outbreak, the masks come back for the crew. So we are currently in flux there, and you're right, it's changing by the week. Nautical Nurse Nancy says, happy Vlogtober, love your content, huge fan. Thank you, Miss Nancy. She has been with us since the very beginning. She said, my one question I have is, has Carnival restarted their tea time? And if so, where is this located in the Carnival Hub app? Thank you so much. You are so welcome, Miss Nurse Nancy and family. As far as I know, it hasn't restarted yet. And honestly, when I was on Princess last week, I didn't see tea time either. I hope it comes back soon. If I hear anything about it, Nancy, I will let you know. I love tea time. Susan Gornish says, how does the safe work in your room? Do I need a credit card to make it work? Susan, it depends on the cruise line. A lot of them are number pad safes. Some of them are strip pad safes. With the ones with the strip that require a strip, you should be able to use even something like a driver's license or any old card. It shouldn't have to be a credit card to make it work, but a lot of them are number operated these days, just kind of depends. Lauren has 3 questions for us. Lauren Shank says, have your kids ever gotten sick during your cruises? And the answer is yes. Our son has gotten sick. We've all gotten sick on cruises before. It has happened. And she says, have you or your family ever gotten food poisoning on the cruise? And the answer is no. In fact, we have never gotten any type of gastrointestinal illness, any of us on a cruise. Knock on nearest wood that never happens. And then Lauren says, do you plan on having more kids? That is so sweet. Lauren, honey, no, I'm done. I'm 48 years old. I'm going to be 49 on October 31st, and I am definitely done having kids. Junior is our one and only. We were a one and done kind of a family, and we struck gold with him, so we're so lucky. But no, hun, I'm done. But thank you for asking. Anthony Garcia says, when is the best time of year to do an Alaska cruise? We'll be more than likely leaving out of Seattle. Anthony, I'm biased here. I have a favorite time to cruise to Alaska, and that is the month of May. This is not right for everyone. If you've got children that need to be pulled out of school, or if June or July or August are better for you, I get it. But there's some magical stuff that happens in May. A, there's more sunny days in May. I don't know why that is, but it's true. B, there's a little bit of snow still on some of the mountains in some areas, and I love it. I think it's magical. You can't even cruise in April to Alaska, and you might even see more snow on some of the mountainous areas at that time. And finally, it's way less expensive and less crowded in May. Bottom line. Downside is you could have some issues getting into glacial passages in May if they're still kind of snowed in, iced in. So there can be some downsides, and there can also be less wildlife in May. So it's up to you, but my personal opinion is I love May, and I think it's the best kept secret for cruising to Alaska. Donnie and Lisa Pittman have our last question of the day today, but again, we're going to be doing this again, guys, so leave your questions. Donnie and Lisa said, as our 4 kids are all teens, with the youngest still a tween, we're between booking our next cruise with Royal Caribbean, fun slides and such for kids, and their more tame sister cruise line, Celebrity. We've always been loyal to Royal, but we want to look at Celebrity's offerings too. What comparisons would you weigh in on the decision? Okay, Donnie and Lisa. It depends on your kids' interests. Are they bored if they don't have all the bells and whistles that Royal Caribbean has to offer? Are they going to be bored without the flow rider, the water slides, and all of those things? Every family is different, but Celebrity is going to be a more premium experience, a more refined experience. You're going to find the food is higher quality. It will be more expensive. The ships are going to be a little bit more premium and posh. For the kids, definitely less on the activity side, but if your kids like traditional cruising and they're happy without the bells and whistles, they might love it. Have a family meeting, let them decide. I hope that was a little bit helpful for you. Personally, our son is at an age now, he's 13, where he really likes the bells and whistles. Before, he didn't care. He was just as happy doing a princess cruise and having no water slides for a week. Now he's like, I want to go on Royal Caribbean. I want to go on Carnival. He likes all the sporting things too. So for activity's sake, it's kind of his preference right now, but he also just had a blast on a princess cruise and loved every moment of it. And, you know, while we were there, that was his favorite cruise. So it's up to you guys, but glad you guys are reaching out and exploring, and maybe just try Celebrity and see how the family likes it. You can always go back to Royal Caribbean. All right, that's it for our Q&A this week. We've got lots more to come. We're going to be doing this at least once a week, probably twice, depending on how many questions come in. Hope you're enjoying Vlogtoberfest. Also have something I want to announce to you guys. Many of you are Amazon shoppers. Amazon is having a special shopping event on the 11th and 12th. We're going to link to that, our storefront, down in the description of this video. We're going to be posting all the best deals there on those special Prime Early Access days. So if you're a Prime member, you might want to check that out. There's some really cool stuff coming up. Thank you all so much for watching. Don't forget to leave your questions for us about cruising down in the comments. And until next time, we'll see you on the high seas. Bye-bye.